Hello and welcome to Value Chain TV News Update. I am Adalbio Gwejofo with the news. Another news update. The Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC) has said that voice and data services have been restored by up to 90% after disruptions caused by the undersea cable cuts. This was disclosed in a statement signed by NCC's Director of Public Relations, Reuben Moka. Moka, who appreciated telecom consumers for their patience and understanding during the downtime caused by the undersea fiber cuts, said that 90% of the network has been restored and efforts are ongoing to return to normalcy. Away from that, the federal government has appealed to the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities (SANU) and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions (NASU) to call off their 7-day warning strike. Minister of State, Labour and Employment Mrs. Nkiruka Onyejiocha made the appeal in a statement signed by the Director of Press and Public Relations in the ministry, Mr. Olajide Oshudun, in Abuja. Value Chain TV had earlier reported that the Joint Action Committee of SANU and NASU had directed its members to embark on a 7-day warning strike over the non-payment of 4 months withheld salaries. In other news, the Nigerian Army has said that the Okwama community in Ughelli, South Local Government Area of Delta State, where military personnel were killed, had resorted to propaganda. While the Army has denied any form of retaliation on the community, reports show that about 20 suspects have been arrested so far. The military emphasized that no amount of propaganda would stop the culprits from being arrested, while the defense headquarters, on the other hand, vowed that there would be injurious consequences. A community leader who spoke to journalists on the condition of anonymity accused the military of carrying out mass arrests and killings, warning that the actions of the soldiers would lead to a repeat of the Odi incident, where people took laws into their own hands because of the mischiefs of a few. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory (FCT), Nyesom Wike, has presented a 2024 statutory budget of 1.147 trillion naira to the House of Representatives. Wike presented the budget before the House Committee on FCT at the National Assembly in Abuja, stating that the sum consisted of the distributable revenue of 510.36 billion naira and the non-distributable revenue of 637.41 billion naira. The minister noted that the sum of 280.52 billion naira, representing 24.44%, is proposed as overhead costs for the 2024 fiscal year against an appropriation of the sum of 135.41 billion naira in the 2023 fiscal year. According to him, this shows an increase of the sum of 145 billion naira, which represents 52% in order to address some critical overhead costs. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) has handed over documents of properties and 324 houses recovered for Kano State pensioners to them. Head of Media and Publicity for the Commission, Mr. Dele Oyewole, in a statement, said the court order was a result of successful investigation carried out on alleged 4.1 billion naira fraud. The statement said the pensioners contributed to the Pension Trust Fund to own houses. However, the Commission said the contributors were denied the houses for 2 successive administrations in the state. The handing over of the houses by the Abuja Zonal Command of the EFCC followed a final forfeiture order granted by Justice I.E. Eko of the Federal High Court in Abuja. The Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) has said 11 electricity distribution companies obtained a credit facility totaling 273.34 billion naira to purchase 414,000 meters for distribution. S.A. Ufoma completes the report.
In a report covering a detailed assessment of the 10.3 trillion naira developmental finance between 2015 and 2022, CBN disclosed that the meters purchased included maximum demand meters, smart meters, and single-phase meters. The loan, disbursed under the Nigerian Electricity Market Stabilization Facility Intervention Project, aimed at increasing electricity capacity from 3,400 megawatts to approximately 4,900 megawatts. According to the breakdown, the Ikeja Disco received 40.74 billion naira from the intervention program, while the Eko Disco received 34.85 billion naira. Also, Abuja Distribution Company got 34.69 billion naira. Ibadan Disco borrowed 27.73 billion naira. Enugu Disco borrowed 27.84 billion naira, while Kaduna Disco borrowed 24.36 billion naira. The report also highlighted key issues identified in the program, including an inefficient market characterized by market liquidity challenges, foreign exchange scarcity, and inadequate electricity distribution infrastructure. For Value Chain TV, S.A. Ufoma reporting.
And that's it on the news update. I am Adalbio Gwejofor. Thanks for staying with us.